hearty welcome to my YouTube channel Sociocratic. I am Prashant Kumar. We are discussing about the 10th standard social science. Today, the history 6th chapter, the first war of Indian independence. Let us see. British, they occupied India. To occupy India, they followed the policy of subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. Mainly, they are occupied through these policies. And as a result, what happened when British occupied their method of administration, their way of administration, made the Indians unhappy. As a result, many Indians, the tortured Indians, they started to revolt against the British. This revolt, opposition towards the British rule, which took place in a big manner, in a vast manner, that is in the year 1857. And Indian historians called this revolt as the First War of Indian Independence or the First Indian Freedom Struggle. But English historians termed it as the Sepoy Mutiny. Especially Sepoys, they revolted against the British. Whatever it may be, for us it is the First War of Indian Independence. What are the causes for this? What is the cause? And what is the result? Let us discuss about that. Yeah. First of all, causes. Political cause, economic cause, administrative causes, some military causes and immediate causes. These are the 5 causes for the First War of Indian Independence. Let us discuss one by one. First, political cause. Many Indian kings had to lose their kingdom due to the doctrine of lapse. British occupied the kingdoms of many Indian rulers through doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse, I told already, the ruler, those who don't have the legal heir or the male child, their kingdom will lapse to the British. They can't adopt a child. Okay. In that, Satara, Jaipur, Jhansi, Udaipur, etc. became the part of British Empire. Dalhousie, who introduced the doctrine of lapse, that person. And Dalhousie abolished the kingship of Tanjavur ruler and Carnatic Nawab. British dethroned Mughal emperor and many other kings were dethroned by the British. As a result of these, the kings, they lost their kingdom. But the problem mainly happened to the soldiers, those who are working under these rulers. Many soldiers depend on these kings became unemployed. When someone hit to our stomach and when someone snatched our bread, we will become angry. The same thing happened here. Indian soldiers, they understood the British were responsible for our unemployment. That's why they became angry. So there is a political cause. Next, economic cause. Due to the industrialization that happened in England, Indian handicrafts and industries diminished or destroyed, ruined. How? Many machine-made goods dumped into Indian market. In front of cheap machine-made goods, the Indian costly handmade goods can't compete. Because of the failure of competition, these Indian artisans became unemployed. Indian handicraft industries, small-scale cottage industries destroyed. Those who depend on that, they became unemployed. British levied heavy tax on Indian goods. First of all, when they dumped the machine-made goods, after dumping the machine-made goods, also Indian goods had demand. But British wanted to stop demand or end the demand for Indian goods. That's why they levied heavy tax on Indian goods. And the farmers were exploited by the zamindars. And they used to collect more taxes. And with that, Inam lands were withdrawn by Inam Commission. Inam land means the rulers, they used to give land in the form of gift to the ministers, to the scholars, etc. Instead of giving salary, they are giving like that. The income which comes from that area goes to that person. It's the Inam lands. British confiscated that Inam lands by through the Inam Commission. An Inam Commission they formed, and through that they withdrawn the Inam lands. And because of these problems, farmers had to undergo a lot of economic hardships. As a result, see, political cause their soldiers opposed because they got the problem. Because of economic cause, here artisans, those who depend on cottage and small scale industries, handicrafts, and farmers, they oppose the British. So that area also got opposition. The administrative cause. British brought in many civil and criminal laws into effect, especially rule of law. All are equal, equality. That one they brought. But all are equal, some are more equal. Laws applied to Indians in the different manner. But English, they were away from these rules and regulations. Indians are not getting justice in front of these uh, British. Against the British, they are not getting justice. And here, another problem because of rule of law, all are equal. An ordinary coolie or ordinary worker, he can complain and bring a zamindar to the court. Then what happened? The zamindars they became angry. For all these, British were responsible. So they became angry. For this, British were responsible. And common people also became angry because they were not getting justice against the English or the white. That's why. So English became the court language. Before that, Persian was the Mughals. They introduced Persian as the court language. Now English became the court language, and the Indians they don't know English, so that's why they became angry. Common people also they became angry. English judges gave judgment in favor of the English. Always partiality there. Rule of law, common law, all are equal. Everything they are saying, but again, all are equal. Some are more equal. They are showing partiality towards the British. So this is administrative cause. Next, military cause. The condition of Indian soldiers in the British Army was pathetic. The situation of Indian soldiers in the British Army was pathetic, very bad. Why? They were not treated as equal to British soldiers. Always partiality. And promotions were reserved for white. For Indians, promotion not there. They have to serve as soldier only. They can't become the officer. Not only that much, they receive less salary. Indian soldiers receive less salary than British soldiers of the same cadre. They are in the same level, same post. Actually, British were getting 8 times more than the Indian soldiers' salary. How much discrimination, just imagine. Indian soldiers were forced to go overseas work, go for overseas work. And according to Indian tradition, we should not cross the ocean. It's against the religion, against the custom. So the soldiers became angry. Yeah. So this is another reason, military cause. So another one, immediate cause. How it started immediately? How the last important cause it is. A rumor spread. It is a rumor. Whether it is true or false, we don't know. So rumor spread that the cartridges of newly introduced Royal Enfield rifles were smeared with the fat of cow and pig. Cartridges. These are cartridges. The cartridges, bullets. Yeah, holding the bullet. And at that time, in the Royal Enfield rifle, this is the Royal Enfield rifle, they used this type of cartridges. And here you can see, this is the bullet here, and here a paper cover is there on that. And they have to remove this and this gunpowder here. That one they have to fill here. Then they have to remove the top. The top of that cartridge they have to remove with the teeth. So while removing with the teeth, here rumor is, what is a rumor? So this cartridges for smooth lubricant, as lubricant for smooth running, they used the fat of cow and pig. Here the problem is the cow was sacred for Hindus. They will not kill the cow, they will not eat cow flesh. So if they bite that, the cow fat will go to their stomach. It's against their religion. They became angry. And pig, which was prohibited for Muslims, they will not eat that. So they also became angry. While biting, they remember that pig fat is there. Hindus remember the cow fat is there. While boiling the flesh, we will get the fat after killing that. That's why both Hindus and Muslims, they became angry. Okay. And this is one reason. Another one, the number of Indian soldiers in the British army was more than the British soldiers. Actually, British soldiers were in 40,000 in number and Indian soldiers 2 lakh. Just imagine. And they thought, Indian soldiers believed that they can drive away the British if all united. If we unitedly fight against the British immediately, 2 lakh, only 40,000, we can win. They thought like that. So when they asked about the immediate cost, this 2 point, how to write, is very, very important one. Okay, yeah. So this is immediate cost. Next we have to move. Beginning, how it started. Especially at Barakpur. Barakpur regiment, British officer Hudson came. While coming, everyone, they have to stand in a row and he was coming on the horse. And that soldiers were ordered to use the cartridge and fill the cartridge into the gun. At that time, they have to bite that one. No? They became angry. And among them, in the Barakpur regiment, one person called Mangal Pandey. The Mangal Pandey, he got angry and shot the British officer, shot dead a British officer in Barakpur regiment. The Hudson was killed. So he was arrested and he was hanged. And with that, many other soldiers also. And these soldiers, what they did, the soldiers barged into the prison and released the imprisoned soldiers in Meerut. So in Barakpur it started. That news reached Meerut. At Meerut, soldiers, they attacked on the prison. And the soldiers, those who were imprisoned, were released. And they attacked on the British and killed them. And they moved towards Delhi. A group of soldiers from Meerut entered Red Fort in Delhi. And there they occupied Delhi and declared Bahadur Shah II, the Mughal emperor, as the Indian emperor. And here Mughal emperor, he told, Bahadur Shah II, he told, I don't have any treasury, I don't have money to pay to you. Immediately soldiers, they attacked on the treasury, British treasury, and occupied that and looted that. So this revolt spread towards from Delhi to Kanpur, Kanpur to Jhansi, like that. Yeah. And at Kanpur, Nana Sahib revolted in Kanpur with the assistance of Tatya Tope. Yeah. And Tatya Tope, he came to the support of Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai declared war against the British, against doctrine of lapse. She don't have male child, that's why she adopted, and British opposed that. They wanted to occupy, they wanted to merge her kingdom into their empire. She opposed and fought against the British. At that time, Tatya Tope supported her. And actually, you should know this. We, the people of Karnataka, we are proud because our Vaders, they gave 2000 gold coins in those days to Rani Lakshmi Bai. Vadere told, I am already under the control of British. I can't do anything. Just I will help you by giving this much money. The gold coins, 2000 gold coins were given, 2000 or 3000 gold coins were given to Lakshmi Bai by the Vaders. So the people of Karnataka should be proud about this. Yeah, but Rani Lakshmi Bai, afterwards she fought and she died in the war field. She was the bravest among these mutineers. Okay. This is about the beginning there. Actually, Nana Sahib was a mastermind behind all these things. So totally, this first war of Indian independence, or the Sipahi Mutiny, what we call, it is a failure, not successful. What are the causes for the failure of this mutiny? Why this mutiny failed? Let us see. First one, the revolt did not spread to the whole country. Throughout the country, it not spread. Actually, this was the plan of Nana Sahib. He decided to revolt against the British on a particular day. On the day, everywhere throughout India, he traveled throughout India and informed everyone we have to revolt in a particular day. But suddenly it broke out at Barakpur when Mangal Pandey killed the British officer. And from there, the news reached Meerut, from Meerut to Kanpur, Kanpur to Jhansi, like that it reached. In those days, these people, Indian soldiers, they don't know to use the telegraph. British, they know that one. Their telegraphic lines were used and they sent the military from one place to another place. After suppressing one area, it will spread to another area, then they will suppress there also. It's very easy for the British to suppress. So that's why the revolt did not spread a whole country. There was lack of strategies, planning capabilities, and soldiering skills. Simply revolting, simply attacking, it's of no use. Well planned it should be, then it's possible. Lack of planning and lack of unity among the Indian soldiers. Unity not there. Simply, they are fighting, their anger they are showing like that. Lack of discipline and organizing skill, that were also lacking. It's very important one in the war. Lack of definite aim not there, simply attacking. With the British, they had the aim. They have to protect their trade, they have to protect their empire. But these people, one country, India, we have to protect India, we have to get independence. One country concept not there with them. That's why definite aim not there. Many Indian kings extended their loyalties to the British. As we know, Tatya Tope was arrested with the help of Indians only. British arrested him with the help of Indians. And many Indians supported. In the last class, we discussed about Sangoli Rayana, same thing. Yeah. So, many Punjab or Hyderabad Nizam, Marathas, they supported the British. There is a problem. Okay. Common people lost faith on soldiers because the soldiers committed plundering and other crimes. As I told earlier in the Delhi, when Bahadur Shah told, I don't have money to pay the salary, immediately they looted the treasury. So they are soldiers, they should not loot. The fencing should not eat the grass or eat the crop. So here they looted. That's why common people, they lost faith on the soldiers. So these are the causes for the failure of 1857 revolt. Okay. And next, effect. What are the effects? What is the result of that? East India Company's rule ended. So in 1857 revolt, after that in 1858, so British, they brought the act, and under that Government of India Act, and that the East India Company's rule ended. Its license completely cancelled. The governance of British government started in India. India came directly under British government. Queen. Administration of India was headed over the Secretary of Indian Affairs of the British Parliament. So British Parliament took the charge. The Queen passed a declaration of 1858. That is a Magna Carta, what we call. Queen's proclamation, Magna Carta. British realized that unless and until they command the love and affection of Indians, ruling would be difficult. Without winning the hearts of the British Indians, it is not possible to rule India. They realized that only by going against the Indians' will and wish, it is not possible to rule. Huge number of people here, we have to win the hearts of the people, then only we can rule. They understood because of this revolt and decided to involve the Indians in legislation. They decided to involve the Indians in the process of legislation. This is called as policy of association. They associated Indians also in the legislation, in the administration. Okay, and with this, another one I have to say, the Indians also. So that the first war of Indian independence is the biggest armed resistance against the British. Afterwards, they changed the method of freedom movement. Their non-violent etc. started. So armed resistance stopped there. So this is another effect, indirect effect of this. And with this, another one I told, Queen's Declaration or Queen's Proclamation. So it's a Magna Carta of 1858 she gave to Indians. In that, what is there in the Queen's Declaration? She agreed that the agreements declared or entered by the company, British East India Company, with the local kings were accepted. It will be continued. We will not change that. Non-pursuance of regional expansion. Regional expansion we will not do. Then what to do the expansion? Why it is necessary? Already they occupied India. After occupying, they are saying will not occupy. And providing a stable government for Indians. They wanted to convince the Indians. Equality before law, all are equal, no partiality at all. Non-interference in the government in religious issues of Indians. So government will not interfere in the religious issues. That became the big issue for the mutiny. That's why. So these are the Queen's Declaration. So it's a very important one. Effect and so actually effect of the mutiny and this one causes for the failure. Very important for the examination purpose. So this is about 1857 revolt. Thank you. Thank you very much.